Welcome back to BikeBeat, the channel where the rubber meets the road, and today, we've got something really exciting for you. We're diving deep into the 2025 Honda Rebel 500, a bike that's been turning heads in the cruiser segment for a few years now and has just gotten a fresh update for 2025. Whether you're new to the world of motorcycling or looking for a dependable daily rider with a little bit of attitude, the Rebel 500 continues to make a strong case. So, grab your helmet and let's hit the throttle on this review. Let's start by talking about what's under the tank. The Rebel 500 for 2025 carries forward Honda's tried and true 471 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin engine. This is the same power plant you'll find in bikes like the CB500F and CBR500R, and for good reason. It's a bulletproof engine known for its balance of torque, fuel efficiency, and reliability. The numbers aren't mind-blowing, you're looking at around 47 horsepower and 32 lb-ft of torque, but it's the way this engine delivers that power that makes it so rider-friendly. There's a smooth roll-on from low RPMs, and a broad mid-range that makes the bike incredibly easy to ride, especially in urban environments or for newer riders still learning the ropes. Throttle response has been subtly refined for 2025, giving the Rebel just a bit more urgency off the line. It's not going to win drag races, but twist the throttle and it delivers a satisfying pull that makes city riding engaging and highway cruising relaxed. And thanks to its 6-speed transmission, the gearing feels well matched to the engine's characteristics. The clutch is light, with a slipper/assist feature that reduces fatigue during long rides or stop-and-go traffic. Now let's move on to something equally important, the way this bike feels on the road. The Rebel 500 is low, light, and accessible. With a seat height of just 27.2 inches, even shorter riders can plant both feet firmly on the ground. That's a huge confidence booster, especially for beginners. The bike weighs in at around 414 pounds wet, and because the weight sits low in the chassis, it feels much lighter in motion. Steering is intuitive and neutral. You don't have to muscle it around corners, just a little input is enough. This is a cruiser that doesn't mind being flicked into a turn, which makes it surprisingly agile for its segment. The ride quality is firm but forgiving. Honda's used a 41mm telescopic fork up front and twin shocks at the rear, nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. Suspension travel is limited, so you'll feel the harshest bumps, but for everyday riding, it strikes a decent balance between comfort and responsiveness. Braking duties are handled by a single 296mm disc up front and a 240mm disc at the rear. ABS is standard across the board for 2025, and it works seamlessly in the background. The braking power is adequate for the bike's size and weight, though aggressive riders may wish for a bit more initial bite up front. Still, for the intended audience, the setup is both safe and predictable. One of the biggest talking points for the 2025 model year is the updated styling. Now, the Rebel has always leaned into that minimalist bobber aesthetic, but this year, Honda's given it a slight refresh to make it even more modern and customizable. You've got a redesigned LED headlight that looks sleeker and throws out better illumination. The tail section is now even more compact, with integrated lighting that looks sharp and purposeful. Paint schemes have also been refreshed. The matte hues return, including a new matte laurel green metallic that really pops in sunlight, along with classic favorites like pearl black and matte jeans blue. The finishes feel premium, with tight fit and finish throughout the bike. It's clear that Honda has taken feedback from its rider base seriously and continues to refine the Rebel's look without straying from its original spirit. Speaking of spirit, one of the Rebel's strongest attributes has always been its customizability, and 2025 is no different. Whether you're into blacked-out parts, touring accessories, or something a little more radical, there's a growing aftermarket and a solid range of Honda accessories you can bolt on straight from the dealership. Want a solo seat? Side bags? A fairing? They've got it. It's that blank canvas mentality that keeps this bike fresh year after year. Now, let's talk technology. You're not getting a full TFT dash or smartphone integration, and honestly, that's part of the appeal. What you do get is a compact digital display that gives you the basics: speed, RPM, fuel gauge, gear position, and a clock. It's clean, legible, and backlit for night riding. Honda isn't trying to overload the Rebel with tech, and for the price point, that decision makes sense. Fuel economy is another feather in the Rebel's cap. Riders consistently report getting around 60 to 65 miles per gallon, depending on how and where they ride. With a 3-gallon tank, that gives you a realistic range of about 180 miles before needing to refuel. It's the kind of efficiency that makes this bike super practical for daily commutes or weekend adventures. Comfort-wise, the ergonomics on the Rebel 500 are relaxed and accessible. The riding triangle is neutral, with mid-mounted foot controls and slightly pulled-back handlebars. Taller riders might feel a bit cramped on longer trips, but for most folks, especially those under 6 feet tall, the Rebel strikes a great balance. The seat itself is fairly minimalist, but it's well padded and contoured for support. Passenger accommodations are available, though most owners will likely prefer riding solo, especially given the bobber styling. As for the price, the 2025 Honda Rebel 500 comes in at around $6,899, which represents tremendous value for what you're getting. ABS is standard, and the build quality is rock solid. For a mid-sized cruiser with real character and daily usability, it's hard to find a better package at this price. And when you factor in Honda's legendary reliability, low maintenance costs, and strong resale value, the total cost of ownership is incredibly reasonable. So, what are the Rebel 500's unique selling points? It's all about approachability. This is a bike that welcomes new riders without talking down to them. It has style, substance, and performance in a package that's not intimidating. The design is timeless yet modern, and the riding experience is refined without being overly sanitized. It's cool without trying too hard. If we had to nitpick? Sure, a bit more power would make highway overtakes more effortless. Some might also wish for adjustable suspension or more tech features. But those are small trade-offs considering the overall experience the Rebel offers. It's not trying to be the fastest, flashiest, or most tech-laden bike on the road. What it is consistent, dependable, and customizable, and that's a winning formula for a lot of riders out there. So, is the 2025 Honda Rebel 500 worth your hard-earned cash? Absolutely, especially if you're just getting into motorcycling or looking for a stylish commuter that won't break the bank. It's one of the most well-rounded and confidence-inspiring cruisers on the market. It doesn't just ride well, it makes you want to ride more often. And that's what a great motorcycle should do. That's it for today's review here on BikeBeat. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2025 Rebel 500, hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and let us know in the comments, would you buy the Rebel 500, or are you looking at something else in this class? Ride safe, stay upright, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.